Hello, welcome to this Space Weather Data Portal tutorial. You can access the Space Weather Data Portal in week 5. So if you click on that in Canvas, you can scroll down and find a link to the Space Weather Data Portal under Activities. Once you're here in the portal, you need to click on Data in order to access the data. It should look like this. In this top area, you should be able to select the date and time of the flare that you'd like to look at. Let's look at April 3rd, just before midnight. So remember, this time is in UTC and military time. And then let's pick our end time of April 5th at noon. Then you want to scroll down and click on this solar tab here. And you're going to want to get the data from the GOES 15 XRS flux. There's two different XRSs on the GOES satellite, a long wave and a short wave. We want to look at the data from the long wave. You see it displayed there. In addition to the GOES data, you might also want to see an image of the flare, and the images are found on the SDO. Once you click those, you click Display, and they will pop up here. Takes a little bit of time. All right, so now we see the data across that time frame that we chose. And now we can interact with that data. So we can drag our cursor to zoom in on a smaller area. You can zoom in even more to look at this one flare. We can also use the cursor down below to zoom out again. We can scroll down and look at this image file. So notice the text is sort of covering it, but as I drag my cursor, you can see that the cursor up above in the data section is actually moving. So I can find sort of the exact start time that I want to play this movie of pictures, of images of the sun that occurred at this time, and I can try to see where the flare happens. I think I see it there. Right there is where the flare occurs. And you see how the cursor up above is aligned with that image, that flash on the image. So that's the flare that is happening on the sun. But it's pretty cool that we can look at the data and these image files of the sun at the same time to really look at the flare that we're analyzing. So once you're done and you've zoomed in on the data that you're interested in, you can then click on Download. The selected range will have you look at that entire range that you selected in the beginning. But if you just want to look in the zoomed in range that we zoomed in on, then click on Zoomed In Range. You want to download it as a CSV file, so make sure that that is there. And you also want to download the time in ISO units. When you're ready, click Download. So now this is our CSV file that we can upload into Google Colab. So you see that there's two columns, this long wave column, that's the irradiance from the sun that happened over the solar flare. And we also have this time column that's in ISO units. Thanks for watching this Space Weather Data Portal tutorial. We will be uploading a second tutorial which shows some of the additional features of the Space Weather Data Portal. So look out for that in the future.